What up? This is Robert Horry.
Horry, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Horry for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Horry from downtown.
Well, I know what's going on. We'll call it episode 252 of the Big Shot Bob podcast. Oh my God, I can't even talk today. Big Shot Bob podcast. B-Dog Brandon Harper. I'm Rob Jenners. That's seven-time NBA champion Robert Horry. Not to sound a little light in the loafers, but if I was with either of you right now, I'd pinch the hell out of both of you. It's St. Patrick's Day. Neither of you are wearing green.
I ain't about to worry about that.
Want me to stand up and show you the green I have on?
If you're wearing green underwear, then the answer is no. We're good.
Okay, then you want to see? I have money green underwear on.
Money green underwear. Okay, I like that a lot.
I could have gone the rest of the day, the rest of the week, rest of the year, really the rest of my life without knowing that.
What, that it's St. Patrick's Day?
No,
that he wearing green draws.
Oh.
They're money green. But you know how the what's the company called? PSD or PS? Yeah, PSD. You know the company that almost every athlete wears their underwear or tights.
That's cool. But me knowing the color of your draws gonna give me
no,
PTSD.
they're not. They have money. They have money. I'm gonna show you.
Oh no! Here we go.
I'm gonna show you.
All right. So if you're watching on YouTube,
God,
we're gonna get Robert Horry's underpants on YouTube.
See,
bro.
Oh yeah, it's like
Okay,
dollars
that's good.
or something.
That's great.
Answer me a question, and I want you to be honest. Are you wearing pants?
I'm wearing shorts.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. I'm like,
It's
just don't do
90
the show in
degrees here.
boxers. Like that's the only thing I care
Wait,
about.
it's how hot there?
It's fucking gonna be 90 degrees here today.
Oh, dude.
It's the exact opposite over here.
Yeah, it snowed here yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had snow. Not much snow. We had like flurries.
Well, yeah, a little ice.
It was enough to just be like, this is stupid. It's the middle of March. What the hell are we doing? Aren't we?
You know, March here is always a funny month. You can get a little bit of you're gonna get hot and you're gonna get cold always in the month of March in Atlanta.
It's
just
weird.
what it is.
Yeah, it's like the fake spring. We get it every year. It's like it's spring.
Yep.
Haha, just kidding. Second winter, and then it's like spring again. Haha, third winter, and you're like, son of a bitch. Yeah, and then we hit what we call in Atlanta the pollinating. Once we hit the pollinating, everything here turns yellow. The amount of pollen that falls in this city.
Matter of fact, I'm glad you said that because I gotta remember to buy my Claritin.
Oh my God, dude! I'm already today. I'm like my eyes are watering. I'm a mess today. Absolute mess. But it is St. Patrick's Day. I would be remiss if we didn't start the show before we get to a ton of stuff on the sheet today, including we're going to touch on Bam a little bit. We're not going to go too deep on it because it's an old story by now, but I do want to touch on it for a reason. We're going to talk about expansion. We're going to talk about the tournament, Wembanyama, and a bunch of other stuff. But back in 2006, when YouTube was just kind of getting started, there was a leprechaun spotted just outside of Mobile, Alabama. And if you live on the internet at any point in your life, you know this clip. You've seen the clip of the professional amateur sketch of the leprechaun on the yellow sheet of paper. And I want to play for you the Alabama Leprechaun News Report because it's 20 years ago this St. Patrick's Day.
Me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All you gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else seen the leprechaun say yeah?
This amateur sketch resembles what many of you say the leprechaun looks like.
Could be a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff. And it told him to get up in a tree and play a leprechaun.
I'm gonna run a backhoe and uproot that tree. I wanna know where to go. I want to go. Give me the go. I want to go.
This is Brian Johnson, NBC 15 News.
Congratulations to Brian Johnson for being one of the first viral videos of all time.
Like that.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
it's the funniest. It's still to this day. It's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen online.
I just want the portion of it where it said, it could be a crackhead.
It could be a crackhead.
Yeah, that's all I want.
Somebody told him to get up in that tree. Oh, dude, so funny. So funny. But listen, to bring together the African Americans of the audience and the white folks like me who are wearing green on St. Patrick's Day, we will play Black Crime or White Crime today. So there you go. So we will bring back the iconic games. And stick around to the end of the show. If you want to play Black Crime or White Crime along with us, we will have that coming your way. All right. I just want to briefly touch on Bam's 83. I know at this point it's kind of a dead story, so I'm not going to go too far into it. You did make some headlines, though.
I know.
I saw you pop up a whole bunch of places. You said put an asterisk next to that thing.
I love it when I say something, it's almost like I'm speaking gospel.
Hey, man, take it. That's good. That means people listen to you.
I actually
care about your opinion.
Yeah.
I missed what you said. I didn't hear what you said.
No, what happened was I got some information because I was working that night, and someone was saying, the way the information was given to me, I said, oh, you should put an asterisk by it then, because they were saying that what was told to me is they were filing through the whole fourth quarter in order for Bam to get the record. And for me, I was like, and I'm going to give you a little history. So when I had the opportunity to break Kareem's record for most playoff games, I got a DNP.
Right.
After the game, Pop comes to me and says, you should have told me. I'm like, no, I'm not going to disrespect the record like that. Even though Bam didn't get a record, I'm not saying that. It's just for me, there's certain...
Well, he beat Kobe's record of 81. And I think that's what they were trying to...
Yeah, and to me, that had nothing to do with Kobe's record. And I was just thinking that I just like things that happen organically. And I think when you let it come to you in the flow, that's why I said it. Don't get me wrong, I respect what Bam did. I respect the fact that he was killing the Washington Wizards. I respect the fact that he came out was doing everything possible to get to the point. But at the time when I said that, the information that was given to me by a reliable source wasn't correct. And so that's why I said what I said.
But they were fouling a lot in the last few minutes. It wasn't the whole fourth quarter, but there was an egregious amount of fouling at the end of the game.
Yeah, it was a lot of fouling. So that's what I said. And then I was on, what's the guy y'all know, Colin Kerr, and I apologized about it. I said, I got the information wrong. So I respect the 83, but I'm going by my opinion. And it's the fact that I like stuff just happen. And that's where I was coming from. There's no disrespect to Bam because, you can put half of us in the gym right now and put 40 minutes on the clock and say, score 83 points by your damn self. And you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
If you took every shot he took in that game, said you got to get 83 points without anybody guarding you, half the world couldn't do it. So I respect the 83. I just was coming from a place where I think things sometimes should happen organically.
I don't think you're wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, look, obviously, when you break a record, it was pretty much a 20-year record.
It's not a record though.
Well, it wasn't. It was second place all time.
I mean, it's second place.
I don't think anybody ever scores 100 points in a game again. I don't think that's. I don't even think that's even a remote possibility.
Yeah, you talking about? I'm talking. It's a record because that's the game. The 81 is what most people can verify. Most people witness. There is actual footage of this.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm not knocking Wilt and his 100. Do I believe it happened? Sure, but we don't know any.
There's a stat line, so it did happen. But all you have is the picture of him holding up the 100. Right. That's it.
But I look at it like this. To score 83 points is a milestone in itself. Remember, he had 30 points after the first quarter.
31. Mm-hmm.
So to have 30 after the first, where at no point in time did anybody think this is something that was going to happen. Nobody that night thought that was a historic night. Even after the first quarter, it's like, dang, Bam was killing in the first quarter. But not one person ever thought that, man, he could possibly break Kobe's record, even after having 31 points in the first quarter.
Do we remember what he had at halftime? Had he broken 50 by halftime or no?
No. He had, I think, it was like 31-7 and 17, I think, or 30, or something like that. Okay. Yeah.
And so
he had to score 23 in the fourth.
It was something like that.
It was kind of bananas. Yeah.
Look, regardless of how he got it, and you could debate on Kobe getting his 81. It looked better because the Lakers were down during that game, so they needed every bit of the 81 points to win that game.
Yeah.
Even still, to score that many points, even if a team lets you do it, like Rob said, it's very difficult to get to that number. So all of the stuff, all the asterisk stuff that people want to put on it, it's 83 points. It's not 55 points. It's not 60 points. It's 83.
Yeah.
And I think you gotta respect it. You can talk about the free throws, all that. If they foul you, go into the line. Just is what it is.
Yeah. Here's my only gripe with what went down. He shot 20 for 43 from the field, 46%. Mm-hmm. Shot 43 free throws.
Yep.
And 7 for 22 from beyond the arc. So the numbers weren't even good, but that's a massive amount of shots to take in a game. That's 100 shots he took in that game.
When Kobe scored 81, I think he shot 50% from the field. I think he took 40-some-odd shots, knocked down, I don't know if it was 20 or 40 or 22 or so. Yeah, 21 or 42 or something like that. And I think he only took 15 free throws.
I think it was 16. Might have been 16.
16?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the way that he went about getting things done was different, but also we know that was a different era of doing things.
It was.
Look, man, I respect. Now, if you would have given me 100 opportunities to guess who would have broken Kobe Bryant's record, I would have never guessed Bam Adebayo.
No way.
And it's no disrespect to Bam, but I just never thought of him as any NBA player can have a night. So that just lets you know anything can happen. We've seen Luka score 74.
Right, that's just it, though. He's never had a night like that. And we've seen guys have nights, to your point where you're about to make, we've seen guys have nights like that.
I witnessed Luka a couple of years ago in a Mavericks jersey, walk into State Farm Arena and put up 74 points.
Yeah.
And he couldn't miss. The basket looked like an ocean.
Yeah.
And we saw, what's his name? Spider put up 71. We saw Devin Booker put up 70.
Yeah, I think it was 70. Yeah.
What?
Don't say Devin Booker, because Devin Booker did the same thing as Bam.
What do you mean?
What was his stat line?
A lot of fouls and stuff or something?
I'm just saying the guys you mentioned, Devin Booker should be, even though what he did was incredible, and people don't get me wrong.
I don't remember his stat line from that game. That was a few years ago.
It was the same thing. They were fouling to make sure he got buckets too. So they did the same thing. So yeah, but I still respect. I respect it because you guys say you got to go in the building and you got to make these shots. Think about it. We should have a contest and put the people in those same positions and see how many points they can score by themselves in the gym. Got to take this. He shot 7 for 10.
On Devin Booker's 70-point night, he shot 21 from 40 from the field, 4 of 11 from 3-point range, and shot 24 of 26 from the line.
Yeah, still not the same.
That's 43. Bam's 43. So, I don't know. Look, you can't disrespect it. The only thing I thought was weird about this, I thought you were going to put an asterisk next to it because they were playing the Wizards.
No.
You're going to asterisk that thing.
The funny comment was what Ime Doka said. He said, 73? Oh, fuck, they were playing the Wizards.
Yeah. Michael Che on Saturday Night Live's joke was, it was the night they started 5 Make-A-Wish kids for Washington.
Wow, that's wrong.
That was a wrong joke.
That is disrespectful.
Out of line, but funny. I want to play you this. The only reason I brought this up was specifically to play this clip. So I guess, I don't know if it was maybe a few nights or a week before this game had happened, Dwyane Wade had said that there's just no buzz around the Heat. And it's something that kind of caught a little bit of wind. We didn't really talk about it much because it was like, all right, whatever. But he just was saying, no, there's no buzz around the team. Like, there's no energy around that team. And just because Bam had this kind of a night, I don't know if that really changes a lot. So Bam decides on the night he scores 83 and he's having his big celebration to go after Dwyane Wade on the podium.
First of all, this man talking about ain't no buzz and he want to be out. He 45. Take your ass in the house.
Damn.
But, he's just, I don't know what he's trying to do, actually. Like, I don't know if he's trying to, rile us up or, he got to understand we went through COVID. It's a different time.
How does that have to do with anything?
But all that said, I feel like it's a lot of buzz tonight, not only here but in the association.
I'm so confused by that. For starters, who gives a shit what Dwyane Wade has to say? And I'm not saying that disrespectfully. He don't play in the league anymore. It's the same reason, the argument you can make when you go after somebody or the guys on Inside the NBA go after somebody. It's like they're just a different era. They played in a different time. Like, he's saying it from the perspective of someone on the outside looking in going, there's just no buzz about this team. He was also there when they had the big three and they were winning titles and they were in the Eastern Conference and your door just opened behind you like a ghost.
That's the dog probably walking.
The dog?
Yeah.
Hey, can I cut in right quick to give some NFL news? And it's really tied to Alabama.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just cut me off.
Take your ass in the house.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Obviously, per Adam Schefter, the Broncos are trading for wide receiver Jaylen Waddle.
Okay.
And
where was he? He was in Miami.
He was in Miami.
He was in Miami.
He was Miami's number 1 receiver.
Yeah, I didn't know he was still there.
Well, number 1 when Tyreek went down.
Tyreek, yeah.
Waddle and and let's see, Denver is going to get Waddle and a 4th-round pick. And then Miami receives the Broncos' 1st-round pick, which is 30th overall, along with their late 3rd and 4th-round picks in this year's draft.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. Breaking NFL news right in the midst of recording.
only reason I did that because that's tied to Alabama. Rob went to Alabama, and here we are.
That's okay. That's okay. We got it.
We are still in NFL free agency and stuff like that.
Time.
So
Big time.
it is what it is.
It is what it is. But Waddle was a Alabama guy?
Yeah, he was
went to Alabama.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
He was there with Henry Ruggs, who's still in prison, or he's out.
He's out of prison now?
I don't know.
I don't think he is.
Oh, he's still there. But he was there with Ruggs and all those premier wide receivers at one point in time. So they all kind of intersected.
I didn't realize that. Henry Ruggs is still in prison.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing. All right, well.
Great,
what's that?
Prison update. Good prison update.
Breaking prison news from Brandon.
Right.
Hey, it's something about them Alabama players in prison, huh?
Oh, yeah. All right. So
your basket, yeah.
Let's jump ahead to that, dude.
My goodness.
we gotta. I'm gonna send you guys a link, both of you guys a link today to the 680 bracket challenge. And by the way, if you want to play in our station's bracket challenge, I'm gonna get Rob to put a bracket in. All of us are gonna put brackets in. It's 680thefan.com is the station that Harper and I work for. And there's a big bracket challenge. You could win like a 3-night trip to Harris, Cherokee in North Carolina. It's like an all expense paid deal. So it's pretty cool if you get a chance to win it. We're all going to put brackets in. Aiden Holloway arrested Monday morning on first-degree possession of marijuana after a search of his vehicle by the West Alabama Narcotics Task Force. According to Tuscaloosa police, number 4 Crimson Tide played number 13 Hofstra on Friday. I would imagine
he's not playing.
He ain't playing in that game.
No.
You think?
He ain't playing in that game.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how it works in college as far as this goes. Is he going to miss the whole tournament, or does he just miss the first round?
Well, you got to think about this.
Is that a school discretion thing?
If Bama's smart, they would not play this kid because you got to think about the Brandon Miller situation from back in the day with the gun and the other guy. I think it was Darius Miles that killed someone.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just think about
allegedly. We're gonna say allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. I'm sorry, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of stuff that has happened, for the basketball program that's like, whoa, man, calm down, slow down. And so I think if Nate Oates is smart, he'll be like, all right, we already tried to slide an NBA player in here. That didn't work. Now we got a guy who's going out here with a pound of weed.
Yeah.
Do we keep him or do we? You got to, at some point in time, you got to separate yourself from like negativity. And this is a negative point. Separate yourself, man, because the program, since you've been there, have had a couple of things where you're looking at like, did that just happen?
Yeah, sure did.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of people ask me this. I was going to put it in shoot-around this week, but I'll put it in this show because, well, it's time. I mean, the tournament's going to tip off on Thursday. People asking what, you've called a lot of college basketball this year. You're probably more up on it this year maybe than any other year previous. Who do you like? Are there teams that jump off the page at you, or is there maybe a sleeper team that maybe we're not talking about that you like?
I haven't really studied the brackets yet. I plan to do that, but the team that I'm like really impressed with is St. John's.
Okay.
And I like St. John's because they took a page out of Auburn's book last year where they get a lot of veteran players that come into the situation, and Rick Pitino has them playing extremely hard. And I think with Duke, I'm scared of Duke because they've lost 2 key players in that system.
Yeah, they have.
And so even though nobody plays harder than Cam Boozer, so I'm kind of scared of them. And I got to sit down and check out the brackets, man. And then you got teams like Arkansas. They're freaking killing. You got guys like Purdue, who are a veteran team. They got a lot of inside presence. So, it's interesting. And plus, you think about Michigan. They lost they 6th man of the year off their team. I know I call him a 6th man, but he's their best player off the bench, and he's out. So there's a lot of injuries going to come into play.
Have you watched either of you guys watch any of Florida basketball? I haven't, but man, that seems to be the one everybody's just like hucking around like, oh, Florida's going to win it all again this year. And I'm like, I haven't really paid a ton of attention to Florida. But
Florida doesn't have any shooting.
Okay.
I think you have to have 3-point shooting. They have a couple of guys that can shoot, but they bread and butter is those 3 bigs they have, and they dominate. But they're not as dynamic as they were last year. because the I can't. I'm losing names right now.
No,
but
it's
the
okay.
point
There's
guard-
too many dudes to remember.
Yeah, the point guard they have, he's good, but he's not as good as the guy they had last year. He took a while to get into the system. That's why Florida. And I appreciate what Florida did at the beginning of the season. They took all the smoke. That's what I'm saying. They took on top. I think they lost.
They had a lot of
first,
big games. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of big games, and you appreciate that. As a player, you want to go there with, I want to challenge the big dogs. You might not get the record that you want, but at the end of the day, you battle tested.
Who won the SEC? Was it Arkansas?
Arkansas
won the damn SEC this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Deep Vanderbilt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
It's funny that you brought up.
They've been relevant.
Well, yeah.
In college basketball, at least.
It's funny you bring up St. John's. My dad had texted me the other day after they beat UConn, saying,
Handedly.
Yeah, he was like, "How good do you?" He said, "How good do you think St. John's can be?" And I was like, "I don't know. It just depends on the matchup, but I'm pretty sure they can make some noise." And he was so adamant about, when the bracket came out, them possibly being a number 2 seed. I think they're a number 5 seed right now, or they are a number 5 seed in the tournament.
They got screwed on their seeding.
Yeah, and so it's funny that you bring that up because St. John's is playing good ball. And, St. John's is one of those programs. It's a very historic program when it comes to basketball, even the tournament. They take pride in their hoops up there, and they could be a squad that could make some noise and upset some people.
But here's the problem: they will play Duke in the Sweet 16 if they make it farther. That's that's the one note I remember. I'm like, oh, they in the same bracket as Duke.
You're gonna hit that same wall. Yeah.
Guess what? You know what? I love to watch Duke play ball, and it upset me when they lost. They lost one of their key players with a foot injury. He's going to be out pretty much for the entire tournament. And it's like, dang, losing pieces at the wrong time.
And they lost their big too.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, I get it. You hate to see guys go down, but no one's got any love lost for Duke.
Nope,
Everyone's
not
like,
me.
okay,
Definitely not me.
Duke lost a guy. Fine.
Yeah. Especially when you got that $10 million of NIL for 5, like 4 for the coach, 6 for the players, $4 million.
They're still my team to win it all.
Yeah, but it sucked. But nothing brings this country together more than watching Duke lose early in the tournament. Like it's just like literally. That, and it seems like the World Baseball Classic are right now the two things that are uniting this country. People want to see the USA win the World Baseball Classic. They want to see Duke lose early in the tournament.
I like Duke. I don't hate. I really like Duke.
I have nothing. I don't like the Duke of old. I have nothing against new Duke. Shire won Coach of the Year too. Mm-hmm. So it was like I got nothing against this Duke, but I don't like old Duke. Like, I don't like Duke from back in the day. The Christian Laettner Duke. I don't like that. I don't like that Duke. That Duke was...
that Duke is long gone.
I know, but that's where my hatred of Duke comes from.
I'm going to go back even further. I don't like the Danny Ferry Duke.
Oh, the Danny Ferry Duke. Yeah, see, but that's it. That's like if you've watched when you were young, or we were young, when you watched college basketball, that was like they were the juggernaut team. So it was like everyone wanted to watch them go down, and they never did. And they always found a way to get to the freaking Final Four or to the championship game, like year after year. And then when Duke would lose,
for a long time.
People would just crowd the streets and celebrate.
Well, people in Atlanta have their own beef with Danny Ferry, so.
Well, yeah, that's. Let's not go down that road because that's. We're already playing black crime or white crime on this episode. I don't know if that's a road we want to go down for Danny Ferry.
I'm just saying we ain't got to go down that road, but we have our own beef with Danny Ferry. That's all I got.
Danny Ferry,
take your ass in the house.
Okay, good. Danny Ferry need to take his ass in the house. The other talk of NBA circles this week has been the expansion. And I think we all knew this was coming. It looks like now it's pretty much official. I think they vote on it next week. The Board of Governors meets March 24th and 25th. And it looks as though you're going to get the two teams we thought were going to get, Seattle and Vegas, which I thought were pretty much gimmies. But then the expansion would come with either the Grizzlies or the Timberwolves or both teams moving to the Eastern Conference.
Take the Grizzlies and move them to the East. Take the Grizzlies.
I don't mind the Timberwolves in the East. I think that would shake up the East a little bit, which I think is cool.
A little bit. Yeah,
I think you take both because you can't have uneven conferences,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but then then you're going to have Vegas in the East because they're not going to put Seattle in the East. The Seattle's a Western Conference team.
No, Vegas and Seattle are West teams, and
Right.
they put Minnesota
and
Memphis in the
East.
East.
in the East,
Yeah.
which I don't mind at all. I mean, I'm all for shaking up divisions and stuff.
Hey, if it snows, you in the East. It snows in
If it
Minnesota.
snows,
No, you can't say that because it's snowing in Denver and it's not
I
in
know.
Utah.
I'm kidding. I'm just saying it's snowing in
I'm saying.
Texas right now too, and Alabama. But yeah, I'm just saying that's technically an East team, man.
they are. They're an Eastern team. But I like that as a show title. If it snows, you're in the East. I wrote that down. That might be a contender for title of the show. We'll find out.
They could shake some things up.
It would.
Because when you look at a team like Minnesota, that's sitting in the 5 seed right now in the West. That the Lakers, the Timberwolves, and I think Houston and Denver are all kind of bunched in there right now within a game or so of each other.
I think that's right.
I think moving a team like Minnesota to the East, you're talking about a team that could possibly contend for a top 3 seed.
But how cool would it be to have Ant-Man up in the Madison Square Garden, because you get a dynamic player like that, and you talk about the history of basketball, and him going up in New York twice a year.
And playing
it'd be good
Boston.
for basketball, man. It'd be good. It'd be a rivalry now. You think about Julius Randle, he was a Knick, and it'd be kind of cool, man, if they still around by the time the expansion happens. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Ant-Man, he faced the Hawks more times than he does, being from here. So I'm pretty sure
They'll be around, and they're looking at expansion for the 28-29 season. So those guys will still be playing.
Yeah.
I don't foresee Randall or Ant-Man not playing.
Any other name in the Sonics would be ridiculous for Seattle.
No, they can't. They have to do the Supersonics. I don't even know if you consider it anything else.
Unless you say something like the Rain.
No, if you call
the Seattle Rain,
because it rains so much in Seattle.
That don't even sound like an NBA.
Is this an NBA franchise or a strip club? That's next week's game. The Seattle Rain.
That sounds like a WNBA team.
It does. You're right. That is a very WNBA name.
Someone's named the Rain anyway, right? Isn't it a professional team named the Rain or something?
I don't know. I know that their hockey team is the Kraken, which I think is actually pretty good.
I like that.
Seattle Kraken. I'm like, that's pretty cool. What do you call the Vegas team? Do you try to bring back something that's retired? I mean, I don't know if there's a lot of NBA team names.
You definitely can't use the word gamblers.
No, you probably can't do that.
Houston Gamblers? Isn't that a team?
That might have. It sounds really familiar, or it's something from a movie we watched. One of the two. What would you call? Because I was like, part of it was like, well, the Vegas Aces is the WNBA team. So, but I was like, shit, that's a good. You can't call them the Kings because that's a LA Kings are a hockey team.
Busted, busted, disgusted. Busted, damn near disgusted.
Oh goodness! I don't know if you could call them the Las Vegas broke, busted, and damn near disgusted. I don't think that's gonna fly.
That's gonna be an interesting one. That's gonna see what kind of what name they're gonna come up with. Yeah,
for Vegas, you can go down a lot of roads with that one.
But it's all the teams that are going to Vegas.
They will. You're right, Rob. It'll be stupid.
They're trying to revive Vegas because Vegas is dying. So they're adding more professional teams there. They are trying to really with the Oakland A's going there. Obviously, you already had the Raiders there, and now you're adding a professional basketball team. They are really trying to revive Vegas.
And you have hockey, so they're one of those cities that's got all 4 of the major professionals.
That'd be cool, though. You think about it. They got a lot of land where they can build a nice sports complex.
Hell yeah.
And think about it. You build a nice baseball and basketball stadium right there next to each other, so you can do some things.
I mean, everybody in professional sports wants to do what the Braves did here and build a stadium and then build like a complex around it with restaurants and bars and all the crap the Braves did here at the Battery. So you got plenty of room out there to do it. I mean, and especially after they built that was it Allegiant Field in Vegas, the one that looks like the Death Star?
Death Star.
That thing is friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
What an incredible looking building, but I mean, they had so much space and land. They were just like, let's go ahead and build something cool. I want to talk briefly about Wembanyama because he said something this week that kind of got my attention. He's unbelievable. We talked about him so much. He's just an alien. He's not, he's one of those unique players. I heard Robert Parrish this week say that, if he keeps playing the way he's playing, he's going to be one of those guys they got to change the rules of the league for. And I don't know if I would go quite that far. Because there's not a lot of guys like that. But he did say this week that he's got his eyes on MVP and Defensive Player of the Year?
Right now, in my mind, is taking great care of my body because I also want to win the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year. So, I'm trying to press the gas now from now on until the end of the season. Really take care of my treatment, take care of my sleep, take care of my routine, and show up for my team.
If you're a bettor, take the over on him every game.
He's just said he's putting the pedal on. Yeah,
Take the over.
There's your Las Vegas gamblers, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Bet the over. You think he can pull it off, Rob?
I think he's in a hole. I think he can get the Defensive Player of the Year because nobody in this league is playing defense. But I think it's so you got to think about who's ahead of him. You got Shea.
Yeah.
You got Luka, and it's too many.
Is Luka ahead of him?
Yeah.
Well, people look at points, man. People don't look at nothing else but points nowadays.
That's fine, but look what the Spurs are though.
But you got to think about it. He's missed a lot of games. So you look at Cade, you look at what nobody thought Boston would do. You got with Mr. Brown over there. So I just think he's unless he just starts putting up 40 and 40, I think he's just too far behind. And San Antonio Spurs fans, I'm not hating. I'm just stating the facts that because of the games he missed. He put himself in a hole, and I just think it's just going to be hard to climb out of that hole. And there's so many other people in front of him that have been, great work too. He's putting in great work, but you just got to think about the people that started out in this race and are still. It's too big of a lead. They got a 1-lap lead.
Before we go further down the road with this, hold on one second. I'm just giving you his stats. Put Rob's hate of the Spurs aside. He's averaging 24.2 points a game, 11 rebounds a game, a career high for him. About 3 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks per game is currently the league leader. So those are his current numbers.
Yeah, I think he could definitely win Defensive Player of the Year award. I think he can be in conversation. I will agree with Rob. I think he could be in the conversation for MVP, but there are a few guys who, like you said, have played majority of the year and have been ahead of him for a little bit of time. I think he needs to play more. He needs to have that season where he's playing more, and he's playing, not only playing more, but I guess he's dominating from the beginning all the way until now, and having that dominant season. So I think he'll get there. There's no doubt in my mind.
Oh,
that
100%, yes.
He'll get there. It's just
if they go, let's say if he go perfect and they become the number 1 seed. I think he could, but let me just say this also. Sometimes when your teammates are so good, that takes away from the people who vote. Because you think about the Spurs team, they got 3 other guys on that team are playing fucking good. Think about that. 3 other guys are playing good. And Wemby, you're playing good too. You only average what he's averaging, 21 points?
24.
24 points?
24.
So that's going to take away from him also. You think about how all the stars that have won MVPs, they've had like maybe one other guy that could take away. Think about it, he has 3 other guys that takes away from his stardom. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but that team is going not just because of him, because of 3 other guys. And that's one of the things also I look at that takes away from his MVP. And that's a great thing for Spurs because you ain't dependent on one person,
Right.
So
yeah. I mean, I agree with both of you, but I think he's got probably at least 2 MVPs in him. If he keeps playing this way, he's got a couple league MVPs coming his way. Yeah. Whether or not it happens this season, I don't know. I agree with you, Rob, in the sense that I feel like Jaylen Brown for me right now is kind of my front runner. And that's not to take away from anything that Shea's done. And we're going to talk about Luka in a second too. Luka's been on a rip lately, but right now, just what Jaylen did for Boston this year, for me, is like that's the definition of an MVP. When you lose Jason Tatum for pretty much the whole season, and your team is the 2 seed, and you lose arguably one of the best players on the floor, and you keep that team in contention. I mean, and there's been a lot of guys that helped him get there, but I feel like he's been the facilitator and really grabbed the reins and was the leader of that team. And it's kind of hard for me right now to overlook him for anybody else, no matter how great Wemby's playing, no matter how consistently awesome Shea is, who extended his streak still again the other night of 20-plus points in a game to like 128 straight games or some crazy bullshit. I mean, like bananas. Let's talk a little bit about Luka, because you brought him up. Dude, that game was a slugfest against Denver the other night.
Yeah.
That game was like I watched the whole fourth quarter and was just like, holy shit. Like just back and forth. The play by Austin Reaves at the end of the game to get into overtime. Off the rim on the free throw, and then he manages to track it down and then knock down the tying shot. I was like, damn. Austin Reaves, in his last 3 games, versus the Wolves, 31 points on 10 of 20, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. Versus the Bulls, 30 points on 13 of 20, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. And then versus the Nuggets, 32 points on 12 of 21, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Dude, he's consistently been outstanding. Especially recently, the last week and a half, he's been like a rock for them. And it's opened up Luka a little bit to do some more Luka time. And Luka hit that shot that won the game. Yep. That was, and I'm not even going to say this and I don't mean this in a bad way. That was a bad shot. Like, I don't know how he got that shot off. And that's not a shot you advise anybody to ever take. And
unless his name is Luka.
I guess your name is Luka Doncic, because he somehow got back far enough to get that over the guy in his face, like falling out of bounds practically, and then drains it. That's just stupid.
And then AR takes the night off last night with only 15 points. How dare you?
How dare you?
You know what?
Snoozing through.
That game had all the importance in the world on it. Like you had to, them and Denver were neck and neck in the standings. So you recognize that. And anytime Luka can go against his friend and Jokic, knowing how close they are and knowing how Jokic is going to show up every night. Points, rebounds, assists. I think he had an absolutely crazy stat line that night as well. And so I think when you start looking at what that game meant on multiple levels, there's nowhere in the world that wasn't going to be a good game, and there's nowhere in the world those two superstars weren't going to show up. And they did everything they were supposed to.
I'm trying to look up.
He had 24, 16 rebounds and 14
assists.
Yeah.
5 steals and a block.
Crazy.
Oh,
crazy.
Like people slept into a triple double.
Mm-hmm. I think we already know that he's the greatest passing big man of all time. But
I say
who's better?
Sabonis.
So.
Okay.
You went up an octave for Sabonis?
Sabonis.
Okay.
I'm going to take Jokic. Not only do I think he's the greatest passing big man of all time, but you got to take big man out. He's one of the better passers of all time.
Yeah, he's a passer.
His court vision, the way the man is able to control the game. I say this all the time, but the way at his size and the way that he moves, him being able to control the pace of the game and control how things go at times is amazing. It's a skill. It's a skill that nobody else has. Somebody that size that moves, he don't even move well. It's not like prime Shaq running up and down the court, and it's like he running like a gazelle. He don't move.
Prime Shaq didn't move that well, and I love Shaquille.
Oh yes, he did too.
No.
What?
Gazelle?
At 7'1", 300 and plus.
He moved. He moved. I didn't, just at no point was I like, look at him go. Like that never. You know what I mean? Like,
Rob.
Yeah.
Come on, Rob. You have. I mean, you saw him early on.
I think both those guys can move because Jokic. I think when people don't move in the conventional way we say they can't move, Jokic can move. When you watch him with the rock, he can move.
That steal and breakaway he ran off with that one night, he took off down the court.
Shaq could really move too. I think sometimes we just expect, we expect Carl Lewis form or Usain Bolt form, but hey, they both can move. Now I'm telling you, I watch Jokic when he wants to move. Hey, think about it. When you elbow him, he wants to get at you. Look how quick
he gets there quick. You're right. He gets there quick when he wants to. Yeah.
So he can move. But hey, both guys can move, especially Shaq. Shaq can really move, especially when he trying to get down to that block and get some barbecue chicken. So yeah.
But Jokic is just. I mean, every single night, whether he has Jamal Murray or not, he finds a way. He puts that team on his back. And that's another guy, when you talk about the two-man game, that's one of the best 1-2 punches, period.
When Jamal's healthy, yes.
Yeah. That two-man game between those guys, that's box office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, they're to your point, they're all locked up right there. Now, the Lakers have won 6 straight. But you've got the Rockets, Nuggets, and Timberwolves, I think, all right there at 41 games, like 2 games, game and a half, whatever it is, back of them. So it's pretty much locked up right there as far as the West goes. Yeah. OKC's won 8 straight, not to overlook that. I mean, they're on another rip where they're just finding a way to win. But the Spurs are only like 3 games back of them. So I think you've got a pretty solid look now at your top probably 6 or 7 teams in the West, and I don't think it's going to the positioning may change, but I don't know if you're going to see anybody else really sneak up in the West. You know what I mean?
Wait. It's kind of set from 1 to 10, yeah.
Timeout.
Uh-oh.
The Lakers are on a 6-game win streak. Mm-hmm. The Thunder on what you say, 8-game win streak.
They've won 8 straight, yeah.
We're not going to sit up here and talk about this and not talk about the team that's on a 10-game win streak.
Oh, they're next on my show sheet.
Oh,
You're ahead of the curve. I'm in the West, baby.
Okay.
Let's go to the East.
Okay.
Hawks won their 10th straight last night.
They did.
And have gotten themselves back to the 8 seed. Like, you got to win 10 straight to be in the 8 seed right now. I will tell you that watching the Hawks play the last 2 weeks has been fun. Like they are, even when Kuminga's been out, the way Jalen Johnson's played, the way Dyson Daniels has played, like those guys are finding a way to turn the ball over. They're playing pretty good defense. Not great defense, but good defense, better than I think I've seen a lot of other teams play down the stretch. They're finding a way to win these games. I mean, Ricochet's been good for them. And when Kuminga's been healthy, I mean, you saw a lot of it those first 4, and then he was back last night, but they're finding ways to scrap out these wins and beat good teams too. So
they put the Magic in handcuffs last night.
They sure did, man. and Jaylen especially has been just watching that kid play is a friggin' blast, man. He's just one of those fun, like you get this. We talk about this a lot on this show when you get to watch somebody and you realize like, oh damn, this kid's young and he is this good and he has a potential to be just great, like exceptionally great, and you just hope that your team can hold on to him because, dude, he's special.
This is what I tell everybody. It's tough to see a guy like Trae Young get traded because when he's your franchise, you drafted him. He's been your franchise for 7-8 seasons. But when you see where Jalen Johnson is right now and where he'll continue to progress, you have to understand it makes sense to trade Trae because what that does, if you keep him, it stifles Jalen's growth. It takes the ball out of Jalen's hands. And it takes away from his ability to play make. It takes ability from his to create for everybody else. When you see and he's not even anywhere near his ceiling. He's only 23 years old. Remember that now.
Yeah, he's a kid still, yeah.
And he's going to continue to develop. He can still get better on the defensive end. He's 6'9". He can move. He can guard multiple positions.
Dude, he flies, man.
When he comes down that lane, Rob, let me tell you, bro, when he come down that lane,
you better move out the way.
You better be off the tracks.
Yeah,
you're gonna get ran over.
Kid can straight fly, Rob.
Yeah, I've always watched him play, and because Christian was one who turned me on to him because Christian had played with his on UCLA with his brother. And so, but I was looking at it's funny you saying that because I was looking at the standings last night. And I was like, okay. I saw what happened at the end of the game, the Hawks game. I said, let me see what the standings are. They're only 1 game behind Orlando for the 5th spot or something like that, or 1 win or something like that. And I was like,
and on the tiebreaker now.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay. And it's so opposite from the West, where you think about the West, you got the 3 through 7, 6, or whatever it is. Now this time it's like what?
It's like 4 through 9. 10. Yeah, it's like everybody
battling for that 5th possession.
Yeah,
position over there.
It's Detroit 1, Boston 2, Knicks right on their heels at 3, and then there's the Cavs are a few games back at 4, and then when you hit the 5 spot, it's like 5 to 9. Magic, Raptors, Heat, Sixers, and Hawks are all.
Ain't nobody scared of damn Cleveland.
So I was going to ask you that. I was the words about the if you the Hawks
sitting at the 4.
Who would you rather play? Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, or Cavs?
Oh, Cavs all day.
Oh, hold on.
I don't know. I don't know.
James Harden there.
You know what? I wouldn't mind playing the Cavs, but I also wouldn't mind playing the Knicks. Because here's the thing about the Knicks. Mm-hmm. The Knicks are a good basketball team, but they, especially as of late, they've played down a lot to their competition. And the Knicks can get in this place where they can be very inconsistent. And if you can catch them, and you catch them at the right time, the Knicks, the Hawks could beat the Knicks. I really do think they could beat the Knicks because the Knicks are very inconsistent, and they've been inconsistent lately. Regardless of where their seeding is right now, they are an inconsistent basketball team, and they can be had. They're good, don't get me wrong, but they can be had.
Okay. I'm still not 100% sold on Cleveland though.
Me neither.
Like they have their nights, but and even with Harden in the lineup, they're finding ways to get wins. They're finding a way to get, but I haven't seen a ton of Cavs where I've been like, oh shit, jump off the page. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the same argument you just made for the Knicks could be copied and pasted over to the Cavaliers. Very inconsistent. They have nights where they're great. They have nights where they don't know which way's up. They have nights where if Spider or Harden doesn't have the ball, they don't know which way they're going. So I don't know. I would take Cleveland.
Think about what's scary about Cleveland is have we seen the real Cleveland team? You think about how great they were last year, and I know they made a big trade.
I don't know
which team is going to show up. You know, that's the thing. There's an uncertainty there that kind of scares me. Okay. And like with the Knicks, I think I would rather play Knicks than the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay.
I will say this with Cleveland. They don't have Jared Allen right now.
Oh, they don't?
I think he's been out for some time.
I don't know.
Jared Allen's been out. I don't know if it's a foot injury or it's something that he's dealing with. He's not been there. And Mobley has really been playing more of that 5 spot. And so I think that's also a big factor when you start talking about defensively. You know, their anchor of that team is defense. And when you don't have Jared Allen there, that's a big chunk of your defense being taken away.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up his stats to see when the hell the last time he played.
So he
looks like he hasn't played since the 3rd. So he's been out for a couple of weeks. Couple weeks.
Yep.
Okay. A couple other things to do before we get to Big Shot of the Week, and we're going to play Black Crime, White Crime here in a second, which we haven't done. Embiid hit a milestone this week. He missed his 485th regular season game, marking the exact opposite of having played 485 regular season games. He's officially a 50-50 player. And however great Joel Embiid will be, I have a feeling that when we look back at the legacy, if you will, of the career of Joel Embiid, that's the number I think that will stand out probably more than anything. An MVP, if he finds a way to win a title, like I don't think anything will ever stand out more than the fact that he played exactly half his career.
Does that include the first 2-3 years, whatever it was that he missed?
Probably, yeah, I would guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it does, but 485 and 45.
It's always amazing to me how you look at Joel Embiid and you look at Shaq, and bear with me, just listen to me.
Okay.
When they first come into the league, how their bodies change over time. You remember how skinny Shaq was when he first came into the NBA?
Oh, yeah.
You remember how skinny Joel Embiid was when he came in? And Joel Embiid, his weight is not distributed like Shaq. Shaq's way to turn his body into muscle and do what he needed to do to play. But Joel Embiid, like his turned into fat. You know, it's like he was never really in shape. It's like when he was out for those 2 years, he put on bad weight. You know, and I know Shaq put on bad weight after he left the Lakers, but I just think, is that one of the reasons he's always been hurt? Because if you look at his body, it's just bad. You know, it's not, you think about... No, I know when you think of like...
I know, but the way you said it was like, if you look at his body, it's not like my wife. It's just bad.
But is that why he's always hurt, though? Because his body is bad. You think about, I know Paul George has a good athletic body. He just, you think about when he hyperextended, it's just wrong position, wrong place. And then you look at Anthony Davis. When Anthony Davis get hurt, his body is bad, Think about it. It's like...
Yeah, I hear you.
When are these athletes going to understand, you think about when Luka's hurt, his body is bad. When guys get hurt, you got guys like JT get hurt, but I'm like, when you guys who get hurt, it's almost like their bodies are bad. Like, get in shape and try to and protect the house when you're in the off season so your body don't get bad.
Yeah, I think Joel, I don't, far be it from me because I don't know. I don't know how well he's taking care of himself. And like you said, he came into the league injured.
Yeah.
And guys who come into the league injured, especially big men who come into the league with lower extremity injuries, back injuries, whatever it may be, those things don't get better as you progress. They just don't. When you come into the league with those type of injuries, especially as a big man, do not expect any of that stuff to get better. I don't care how talented he is. We know what Joel Embiid is when he's on the floor. When he's on the floor.
Yeah, those are the most important words there.
And I'm not talking about sitting on the bench on the floor. I'm talking about suited up, playing. We know how talented he is, but he cannot be out there. And I just don't know how well he's taking care of his body from college all the way until now. He's been injured his whole career, and it just doesn't get better. And that's why I'm wary on guys who are super talented, but were never healthy in college.
Yeah.
That's why Darren Peterson, they talking about he has whole body cramps and stuff like that. I don't know if that can be fixed in the league. Yeah. I don't know if that can be fixed in the league, but that's something that you kind of are wary about, because when you talk about a guy that's supposed to be going top 3, maybe the number 1 overall pick, you got to understand that.
I think it's weird. I'm looking. He missed the first 2 seasons, and then his rookie season he only played 31 games. So his first 3 years in the league, he played 10 games a season out of 82 games.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. But then for me that's the marker.
Yeah,
and that's the hard, and that sucks because he's great.
Yeah,
when he's healthy, he's great. And the thing that will always mar him will be that number. He's a 50-50 player. He's 50% healthy, 50% hurt. And to your point, Rob, I feel like, and I think we talked about this briefly, I feel like NBA players, it's hard because you guys are so goddamn big that when you put on weight, it's not like when I put on weight. You know what I mean? Like, you guys have to be so wary of how your bodies are conditioned and how careful you have to be with your weight simply because of your size. So like when you say his body's bad, I get what you're saying. Like the weight just doesn't turn into muscle sometimes if you're not curating what you're eating or watching what you're doing or more like actively exercising to make sure that weight doesn't turn into bad weight, Did we lose you?
No.
You're back. Okay, good. All right. Yeah. All right. Couple quick notes and play Black Crime, White Crime. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna kick some of these to shoot around on Friday. We got a couple other things to talk about. I want to talk about the Warriors a little bit. We can do that in shoot around. I'll talk about Cooper Flag too. We'll do that in shoot around. Let's do Big Shot of the Week and then play our game. Big Shot of the Week is going to go to a young woman named Brittany Smith, and here's why. She ordered Starbucks on DoorDash last week. I guess people are DoorDashing Starbucks now. Okay, fine. Yeah. When she ordered it, she checked her Ring camera after it was delivered, and she noticed the man delivering it was an elderly man, probably in his 80s, 90s, the old guy struggling with her steps. And she did a little homework to find out on her driver, Richard, like, what's this guy's deal? Why is he delivering DoorDash? Obviously, he's having trouble. And she found out that his wife had recently lost her job. They were struggling to cover monthly expenses, and that's why he was DoorDashing, to make sure they had enough money for medication and stuff. So she did what we always love, what people do when they find a good cause. She set up a GoFundMe. The gentleman's name is Richard Pulley and his wife, and she set this up. The video has gone viral, like super viral all over the internet, of this man trying to deliver Starbucks to her front door. They've raised $550,000 for this couple to be able to retire and enjoy the end of their life, and this guy does not have to DoorDash Starbucks anymore for people. I wanted to play you the clip of the news story of these two folks.
It's just really difficult to believe that there's that many people that are that generous to try to help us, people that don't even know us.
We appreciate every one of them because it's taking a lot of pressure off of us and making life livable once again.
Yeah, I never want to have to, that breaks my heart. That you get to that point in your life and you have to DoorDash just to make ends meet because you can't afford medication and shit. Like, that breaks my heart. So, big shot to Brittany Smith, who set up the GoFundMe for this guy, because they deserve it.
Yeah, that's a fact. But like you said, to see people come together and want to see people get out of situations and get into better situations. Like, there are still plenty of great people in this world who want to see other people thrive, who want to see other people succeed.
Yes.
And especially when when you're doing kind things for other people, kindness doesn't always expect kindness back. Sometimes you're kind out of the, just out of the depths of your heart. And if somebody wants to return that speaks to the kindness of somebody else. So when you have a world full of kind people, you do for somebody else, not out of expectation, but because you want to see them in a better position. And that's what that is.
Big time. Yeah. And I feel like it's karma, right? You do right by people, the right stuff comes back your way. You want to do right by people in the world. You just do. So, all right, Rob, you ready?
Yeah, sorry, I was I got an MRI schedule and they called me and I knew they would call me at this point in time.
Of course they will, because we're in the middle of the show. They're going to call you. That's Murphy's Law. They're going to call you as soon as you. That's like when my wife is waiting for someone to call her. I go do something you don't want to be interrupted by.
Yeah.
And the minute you start it, your phone's going to ring. She's okay, and sure enough. All right, here we go. Haven't played it in a while. It's been on hiatus for a minute, but it has now made its glorious return. It is the return of black crime or white crime. Bam?
Take your ass in the house.
Okay, he's not a fan, but I think it's a great game. All right, so I'm going to have 7 stories here. You know the rules. I'm going to give you a ridiculous crime. It is just up to you to determine if the perpetrator was African American or Caucasian. As we like to say on this game, it's all in good fun. We do not do this out of racial stereotypes or anything. We just go to prove that stupidity comes in all colors. And we have fun with it. And Harp just shot my whole good message down there. So on that note, let's make fun of each other. Story number 1. An Arizona man suspected of DUI crashed into a guardrail and was found by deputies with his finger stuck in a White Claw can. He assured the officer he was, quote, totally perfect. So dude wrecks the car, fingers stuck in the White Claw can. Black guy, white guy.
White guy. Black folk don't drink no White Claw.
First of all, you said Arizona. Then that was white. Then you said White Claw.
How is Arizona
black people,
white?
Wait,
There's
black
people everywhere.
No, I'm just saying Arizona is predominantly.
Okay.
Jalen Green and Devin Booker play for the Suns.
That's what I'm saying. And so did you for one point.
There's black people there.
Yeah.
I know it's a lot.
They assault their white coaches. It's like a thing that happens.
And they play for the freaking Suns. There you go. All right. So there you go.
All right. White. Everybody says white. Everybody gets a point. Yeah, that's a white guy.
That White Claw.
The White Claw is really the giveaway, man.
No, Arizona gave it away. That's like saying you said Idaho.
Okay.
No.
Wow.
No, Idaho's worse. You know why? Because nobody lives there.
I have never had this understanding of Arizona being a completely white state. I didn't realize that.
Let me just say this. I played there. I know.
Okay.
It wasn't long, but I was there. I know.
Yeah, I know. You assaulted the only white guy you played with. I know. Yeah, we were.
Now, if I said something like Georgia, you'd be like, there's a lot of black folks in Georgia.
Well, Atlanta. It's a lot of black people
yeah.
in Georgia too, yes, but it's not white people.
If I said
Georgia.
Macon, Georgia, you might rethink that a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
It's split.
Okay. All right, number 2. A man decided to rob a bank in Fairfield, Connecticut, called the bank in advance to let them know he was coming by. Not to rob it, but to if I'm coming by in a little bit, if you can have my money ready. Apparently, they would have his cash prepared for him. The bank called the police instead, because no one calls ahead to say, can you have my money ready for me? He was arrested without incident upon arrival at the bank.
Please let this be a white person, please.
Please. I think it's black.
Please let this be a white person.
Right,
I think it's black.
Rob goes white guy. Harp goes black guy.
Take your ass in the house.
It is a white guy. Rob,
yes!
All right. Rob is the point. There's a white guy.
White privilege at its best.
I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and call ahead to make sure my robbery goes smoothly. Yeah, that's very good. All right, story number 3. A 17-year-old Memphis man carjacked a woman at gunpoint only to discover that the car had a manual transmission that he did not know how to drive. He managed to move it just a few yards before giving up and fleeing on foot. Police chased him, and he was caught because he was running on foot because he couldn't drive the car that he stole.
Black.
White guy, black guy.
Black.
Everybody votes black guy. Everybody gets a point. Yeah, that was a young black man in Memphis.
That's like saying Arizona. You said Memphis.
Okay.
That's black.
Okay.
But you know what, though? You know what, Rob? Like, at one point in
Home
time,
of
I
Elvis
would have
Presley.
agreed
That's
with
what. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I think sometimes the cities can throw you off a bit. They can throw you off just a little bit.
They can throw you off, but so far I've been 100% right.
So far, stereotypes have held true. Nice job.
Exactly.
Yeah, very good. All right, story number 4. Yet another city. We'll see if you can guess it. A thief in San Francisco grabbed an iPhone from a woman's hands and rode off on his bike, unaware that she was in the middle of a demo of the phone's GPS tracking system. They easily followed the phone when it was reported, and he was caught within 10 minutes. They caught the guy in 10 minutes because she was doing a GPS demonstration on the phone that he stole and rode away with. Black guy, white guy.
This was tricky.
Yeah.
Because it could go
Things I
either
want
way.
to say because you're in San Francisco, but I'm not going to say them.
Okay, don't.
You might want to leave. You may want
let's
to
leave
leave
that on the table. Let's go ahead and.
Shut your bum ass up, man.
Yeah, let's let him leave that out. Yeah.
It was Draymond Green.
Oh.
I'm gonna say white.
Okay.
This is a tough one. I'm just gonna go opposite and go. It was a brother.
Okay. Put Robert Horry up by 2. It was a brother. It was a black guy. San Fran.
Could have gone either way with that one.
It could have. All right, let's do story number 5. 3 to go. A man attempted to rob a bank in Pittsburgh while wearing a blonde wig, fake breasts, and bright clown pants, but he forgot to shave his beard. So he was very quickly spotted as not a woman, but a man, and arrested. Robbed a bank in a blonde wig, fake boobies, and bright clown pants. Full beard.
I thought this was Tyler Perry at first.
Medea robs a bank. Yeah.
I'm going white guy.
Okay.
You said a blonde wig, right?
Yeah.
Dang. I'm gonna go black guy.
Okay. Put Rob up 3.
Golly, bro.
Dennis Hawkins, white guy, Pittsburgh.
He running away with this one.
Pittsburgh, PA. All right. In December.
What was that crime committed?
Pittsburgh, PA.
It's black people in Pittsburgh too.
A lot of white people in Pittsburgh, man. Come on now.
I ain't said anything.
A lot of white folks in
It's
Pittsburgh.
black
Don't do
people in
that.
Pittsburgh,
All right.
too.
I've got family from Pittsburgh.
I've never been to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I don't think.
Y'all do know that white people are the majority of the country, right? There's white people everywhere.
All right.
Well, you know, if you really think about it, minorities are the majority now.
Yeah, as a whole. We're not talking about specifics.
Yeah.
As a whole, they are. Yeah, but as a whole race, white people are the majority still.
Yeah. And we're working hard to get some of y'all out the country. So trying. We're trying to bring that number down, man. Trying to bring that number back down, dude. We're blowing the lead. I mean, it was 28 to 3. We're blowing the lead. All right.
All right, Bixby.
We kid because we love, and it's all in good fun. All right. In December, I mean, yeah. Save your blasting me on. Go ahead, blast me on Twitter for jokes like that. In December, a man walked up to the front door in story number 6 of the Gladstone Police Department in Portland and tried to steal a locked bike from the front of the police station. Officers watched it live on surveillance cameras and simply walked out the front door to arrest him. So, dude who tried to steal a bike that was locked up in front of a police station in Portland. Black guy or white guy? Rob's got this whole game is Rob's emoji of the praying hands. Just please be a white man.
Golly. Dang, Drew Holiday, you got all kind of money to go get some transportation.
A bike. Yeah, but there's a period though during COVID where bikes were like crazy expensive. Mm-hmm. Like you couldn't find a bike. Yeah.
I'm gonna say black.
Okay, and Rob is saying
white.
Rob's got the prayer hands emoji for the white guy, and it will pay off again. It was a white guy. Yeah, Adam Vale.
Boy, I had no shot in this game.
All right, well, it's pretty much done. It's a wrap. We're going to give you the last story for the hell of it because it's fun. All right, story number 7. A man impersonating a police officer in Grapevine, Texas, was pulling over drivers with flashing lights on his pickup truck until police noticed his badge, quote unquote, was a restaurant gift card with the word police scratched onto it. But you could still see the Chipotle logo underneath it. So, dude wrote the word police on a Chipotle rewards card and was flashing it like a badge, trying to pull people over in Texas. Black guy, white guy.
It does. I think you got. Look, I'm gonna say black again.
White guy.
Why? Because it was Chipotle?
Black people go to Chipotle.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I just said white guy. I'm just because it's one of those ones that the crime is so dumb that I'm hoping it's not my people.
All right, well, Harp will get a point on the board as we close out here. It was a black guy.
Yeah.
Black
Look,
man.
I can see that. You know, that reminds me of the movie Benchwarmers when the Hispanic dude gave him the birth certificate. They asked him how. Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah, he was like, he wanted to play and he handed over a piece of paper. He's like, what's your birth certificate? He was like, are you 12? And he handed over a birth certificate on the piece of paper says, I am 12. I'm surprised y'all have never seen that.
I've never seen that. Oh, it's great.
I remember it now that you mentioned it.
Billy Bob Thornton?
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Never, I got to watch it. No, I've put it on the list. Add it to the list. I am 12. And the officer said,
take your ass in the house.
if you're 12.